Hey, Dawns ARKS! Welcome everyone to your Phantasy Star podcast recorded live on November 25th, 2025. I'm one of your hosts, PrinceBrightstar, and with me here is Rooks. Go ahead and say hello.
Greetings, everyone. This is going to be an interesting. This may be a very short one today.
Yeah, as you can see with our topic list here, this is one of the quietest months I've seen for the Phantasy Star community in quite some time. This is actually really unusual to see things like this. I'm kind of shocked that it happened this way. But I hope everybody is having a good week, and for those in the United States are looking forward to the Thanksgiving weekend coming up here.
Personally, I am, but at the same time, it's going to be. This might be a bit of a nightmare to travel coming up here with the storms coming in.
Gotcha. Yeah, I was hearing that it's supposed to be snowstorms, right? Up there?
Yep.
Alright, well, basically, yeah, it's just we got the headline today, and then we got Clementine with some small hot fixes, and that's gonna be it. This is really gonna be a short show. There's one other topic we're gonna bring up, but it is so... We're only gonna lightly touch upon it because it is such an unusual topic that we really don't have that much to show for it at this time, but it's something there has been rumblings in the Japanese community about, evidently, so we'll kind of just touch upon it briefly, but for now, we're basically waiting on the headline to pop up here, and for that, it's, I mean, basically at this point, we're into the next set of the roadmap, and I'm trying to bring that up for us here. Let's see. Oops, that's a bit wide there. Let me shrink this here. Continue shrinking it. Here we go. So, December to January, we are now heading into the 4.5th anniversary Super Genesis Festival. I believe they said that's going to be happening in January. We're likely going to have some Christmas-themed LTQs coming up this month, as well as another seasonal event for collecting the seasonal points. We've got that Rag Rappy there on the screen from Ragol. And then we know we've got Luther coming, but do you have any guesses as to where some of this might be lining up here, Rooks?
Not really. Especially since they will move things around in an emergency when the interest is low. We've seen them like when way back when we've seen them suddenly reveal the release of the Nameless City that was suddenly released out. We suddenly got a preview of it when they were very specifically saying they were not planning to release anything. So
that's true. Yeah.
So
go ahead. Oh,
anything's
actually,
up
headline's
in the air.
going, so let's go ahead and switch on over.
NGS Headline Wave.
Hello everyone! It's time for NGS Headline Wave, the official program of PSO2 New Genesis version 2. I'm Yui Hasegawa, and I'll be your host for this broadcast. I'll be bringing you all the latest
Interesting
info
they
on
have
NGS, so be sure to
Era
stay
say
tuned
she's
until the
wearing a Rappy shirt.
Yeah,
Rappy.
that is interesting considering the
end.
roadmap.
Ta-da! Look, remember this Rappy? I've also parted my bangs in a particular way to resemble a certain somebody you've all been waiting for.
That Luther?
Do I look close to achieving omniscience?
Oh no. Wait, oh no.
Yep.
Now,
I
once
was
again,
right.
this program is to inform players about upcoming campaigns and updates for Sega's online RPG, PSO2 New Genesis version 2, also known as NGS. We will also share messages and answers to player questions from the dev team and provide other game-related info. Tune into this program to learn all you need to know about NGS now and into the future. That's Headline Wave in a nutshell.
Super, at least she's trying
This is
to
a
be
pre-recorded
somewhat
broadcast. If
entertaining.
you would like to watch it in Japanese,
No offense,
you can
but
check it out on the Japanese
with
NGS YouTube
Hero,
channel.
I always felt like we were in a boardroom.
Without further ado, let's move on to the updates you've all been waiting for.
Bessenger, if that's something you want to hear, I mean, maybe we could spend a couple of minutes at the end of the show then talking about that.
I miss what
First
he
off, I'd like to
said.
share some info on the updates for December. But before we get into that, check out this video we prepared compiling the planned update content from December to February.
December to February. Okay.
NGS Winter Update. And there's the Rappy again.
Here's Luther. "14-star weapons." Okay, so we've got brand new models for the Rag Rappy. But is that it?
Day free AC scratch. They are getting desperate. Okay.
New district for the
Okay.
Nameless City.
That I'm happy about. And,
Did they just bring back the Rappy slot? Not in its original form in PSO2, but
How was it? From December to February, we'll be running our winter update, Omniscience Beyond Genesis. These two logo silhouettes have really got me curious. Stay tuned for more info. We'll also be holding the NGS 4.5-year anniversary event starting December.
yeah, Best Jin, but that I think I saw
The
that new
NGS
zone was going to be in
1.5-year celebration
February
campaign,
on the
Super
roadmap.
Genesis Festival finally starts next week. December, January, and February are going to be jam-packed with fabulous
yeah,
events.
that is
featuring new equipment and
interesting.
free scratch
Super
tickets.
better.
Agreed. Yeah, that's
This
an
time, you can get up to
interesting naming for
400 free
certain.
scratch
That
ticket draws.
sounds like they're prepping something, but the question's going to be what?
We'll be releasing a free SG scratch ticket on December 3rd, where you can get up to 150 free draws.
Whatever they're going to do, they
Lavis
kind of need to do it
Rappy
soon.
hairband, and other new items are up
Oh
for
yeah,
grabs.
definitely. It's
A special
time
recycle
is up
for
at
SG
this point.
scratch ticket prize items will also be
They've-
available, so make sure to log in every day and rake in that loot.
I mean,
Get
with the big
PSO2 spec
starless
thread needle weapon
threat.
camo from the Super
I mean,
Treasure
granted,
Scratch
they're
Volume
still
12
around,
scratch
but
count bonus.
you know, with their leader gone, like, what is even going on at this point? By the
We'll
way,
also
that
be
looks like
running
a sprint.
pre-announced
Yeah,
urgent
that's a sprint
quests
needle
that can
there.
be
Okay.
completed twice. Complete urgent quest tasks.
I didn't
and
even
draw
see
from
the name
Treasure
above it
Scratch.
yet.
Receive Super Genesis gifts every week, which include 10 SB scratch tickets among other goodies. We'll also be running an Enma set of scratch, which offers build parts and PSO2 spec avatar items.
At this point, they should really
In
try to
addition,
avoid
weekly campaigns for
be less
luxurious gifts
trying
and
about trying to
unlimited
milk
salon
the
use will
players
also
for
be held.
cash, and instead be trying to just keep
To
the
celebrate
players
the Super
around.
Genesis Festival, we'll be releasing a special
Agreed.
reward box with some super cool loot.
They're struggling to even do that at this
Super
point.
Reward Box Luther contains more total consumables than normal, as well as special items like outfits and emotes. Complete limited time tasks and rake in those reward box medals.
Oh, hello, Radix.
I'm sure you've all been
Yep.
waiting
Hello,
for this.
Radix.
Here's the update preview for the first half of December.
Alright, that's the Christmas music from Universe, I believe.
Kind of interesting they kept that music around. Never created a replacement for it.
Ragool? Rappy? Oh yeah, we're getting Peppy Rappy back here. Oh yeah, this is the other thing. They're running out of old PSO2 weapons to make camos out of.
Yep.
Okay, new mini episode next week.
I'm here to learn more about fighting from Kanui.
ARKS was designed with squad-based combat in mind, after all. Even then, no defender
At least the
is
voice
silent.
acting's back.
That's why
Yep.
it's important to understand everyone's strengths and be able to direct them synergistically.
That's a squad leader.
Exactly right.
Keep it short and quiet this time. I guess they don't want to lead us on to what they're doing.
Yep. Okay, it looks like they're reverting Lucille back to the newer style here, based on that map. Legend 3 rank? Okay. I don't know if they'd be making all these back-end adjustments like this if they were looking to close things out anytime soon, so we'll have to see what that Beyond Genesis thing actually means. Hello, Jenna. And Annette.
Interesting there, bring them back up.
Yep. Not to mention, they're doing these costumes when it's about to be winter. Is the stream stuttering for you at all?
It hasn't been for me.
I'm gonna force it to 1080p.
You know, this might be a reaction to the low player count. Jean is a much more popular character than anyone from New Genesis.
Yep, Jenna is the actual pronunciation. Although the series does actually have a Jean. It was an AI back during the Memorial Drama CD for the classic Algal series. Well, technically, I think it's either Gene or Gene. I need to verify that. So more dual quests.
Well, I guess it's nice to do if you're desperate for something to do in New Genesis.
True.
How was it? Let me go through the details with these slides, starting with this. The Revival AC Scratch Ticket, Rewind Collection December 2025, will be available starting December 1st. This Scratch Ticket mainly features items from AC Scratch Ticket prizes originally released in past Decembers. The Scratch Count bonus features motion change items from previous Scratch Count bonuses, as well as the PSO2 spec weapon camo Skia string.
I'm left wondering about those Rappies, if there's a significance behind the name
The Super
change.
Genesis Festival 2025 seasonal event will begin on December 3rd.
Or if there's a
During this period,
mistranslation
Central
going
City will
on
be
somewhere
decked to
here.
the halls in Christmas decor, and the region mags
Maybe,
will
but it's
adopt a
also might
festive
just simply
appearance.
because we don't actually have a
A new type of
Ragdoll. They're
Rappy,
trying to
Raguo
say
Rappy, and Raguo Great
they're
Rappy
not
will also be
actually
joining the festivities and appearing
they're
around
not
Halloween.
actually part of they're not actual Rag Rappies first.
It
Our
could be,
navigator
yeah.
for this seasonal event will be Shitri, looking holly and jolly in a Santa-themed outfit. Peppy Rappy will also appear, having caught wind of the new Rappies in town. In the seasonal points exchange shop, you'll find goodies including the Boucher de Noël and Holiday Gift B build parts, as well as the Desser sword accessory, which is modeled after an enemy weapon.
Those posters in the bottom middle of the screen
Colorful
there are
outfit
all
capsules,
based on
tech art
Phantasy Star
customization
Online.
items, and equipment upgrade items are also in this lineup, as well as scratch tickets for the Super Genesis Festival 2025 SP Scratch, which will be running simultaneously. In the Super Genesis Festival 2025 SP Scratch lineup, you'll find weapon camo including Claws Almaty, Yasminikov Blendage, and Holiday Assorti. In addition, the limited time exchange shop, a holiday season staple, will be running this year again. Some hard-to-obtain items are in the lineup, so don't miss out. You'll need Super Genesis Festival 2025 exchange tickets to use this exchange. These can be obtained through limited time task rewards, so complete the tasks and save them up. You can also obtain TA Customization Disc X Omni and Arms Refiner 2 through limited time tasks and title tasks. Next, let's talk about the new mini episode. This installment features Kanui and Aina discussing their thoughts on how the ARKS fight.
I'm hoping that's not all.
Agreed.
You can watch it by progressing the main tasks. If you haven't advanced the main tasks yet, now's the time. A new gameplay element is being added to Lucille Combat Analysis Zone Survey. Enemy levels will get a boost, a new sector will be added, and Ruin Ragne, Ruin Dihunal, Ruin Angel, and Ruin Ringada will appear as boss enemies. The timing at which the Choose Your Ability screen appears has been changed. Until now, it appeared as soon as the sector was cleared, but this sometimes caused players to fall to their doom. It's been changed to appear while moving to the next zone.
That's a smart thing to do.
We'll be adding a limited time task
Kind
in
of
conjunction
wish
with
they
this update
do
to
that with
Lucille
other stuff
Exploration.
as well.
Complete it to receive Super Genesis Festival 2025 SP scratch tickets.
It's been a case of frequently they just don't think
Moving
about
on,
the player's
Rank
situation
3
with
has
these
been added
things.
to the Kavaris Trigger Quest, Drill, Remnants of Ambition, with an enemy level of 110.
Like, for instance, I've had my controls lock up after
With
doing
this
a
enemy level increase
race,
comes updated
and
rewards,
then
so please give this quest a
suddenly
try.
basically having a bunch of Gigantics,
You can now upgrade your weapons into Legend 3
having
weapons.
Gigantics patrol just come down on
3
me.
weapon series can be upgraded into Legend 3 weapons. The 12-star Rarity 12
Gotcha.
series, the Legend 1 Legendio series, and the Legend 2 Leyen series. After upgrading, your weapons will enjoy not just boosted stats, but improved potentials as well. One of the required upgrade materials, Improved Cubes, can be obtained from Lucille Exploration, Lucille Combat Analysis Zone Survey after the update, as well as from future update content. The 12-star Rarity 12 AT series will also be debuting alongside these Legend 3 weapons. This series can be obtained pre-enhanced to plus 100 through the exchange for Super Genesis Festival 2025 exchange tickets with the seasonal events ARKS Phenomenologist.
Okay, so is this going to be a weapon worth getting then?
Although these weapons boast the same capabilities as the 12-star Rarity 12 series, they cannot be used as material items and cannot be sold in the personal shop. And, just like the 12 series, the 12 AT series can also be upgraded into Legend 3 weapons using Improved Cubes. Also, new build parts have been added for creative spaces, including build parts of the Big Bear doll and Rappy cushion featured in previously released emotes. Use them to spice up your creative and alliance spaces. Next, I'd like to highlight various functionality improvements. First, 14 new expression settings will be added to customize expressions in the salon. You will be able to make detailed adjustments to the shape of the eyelashes and eyes as well as around the mouth. The face options that can use all of these new items are Animatica Face, Animatics Face, and Faltech Face. For other face options, only some of the new items will be available, so please keep this in mind when making adjustments. Additionally, new expressions called Customizations 1, 2, and 3 will be added. Once set, these can be selected for use in ARKS IDs and cut-ins, so take this opportunity to try setting a variety of expressions. Next, in Line Strike's NPC battle mode, Leame and Ronaldine join the roster of opponents on Expert difficulty. They are formidable opponents, perfect for testing your skills. Also, the number of card scratch vouchers obtainable from Line Strike battles will now be a fixed number per battle mode, regardless of whether you win or lose. With this change, ranked battles will award 15 vouchers, unranked battles will award 12, and free battles will award 6. You will be able to win vouchers in any mode, regardless of the outcome of the match. Please note that this change does not apply to NPC battles. Next, we will be adding a favorites feature for creative space build parts.
Benjamin,
Items you
I
register
don't
will be
believe
displayed
you're
in
going to
the
be able
favorites
to
tab of the
move
build menu.
cast
Be sure to
faces
register
around
the
like
build
that.
parts
That's
you
kind of
use
why I
most
was staying
frequently here.
silent there, because it doesn't really apply to my character that much.
Furthermore, completed creative spaces will now be accessible from all ships.
And plus, keep in mind, I don't use... I
the
use
target space
an
is set
additional
to
part
open
on
to
top of
everyone, you'll be able to
the
move it
cast
from a
head that I
different ship by
use, which
combining
gives
the
me
ship and
that
creative space number in the
that
search.
dragon head, basically. I'm trying to remember what the part, what the accessory is, but there's no way I'm going to be able
Of
to
course, you can
adjust
still
that.
earn GP, and you will be able to edit line strike decks as well as play the free battle and NPC battle modes. So put on your social hat and enjoy some cross-ship interaction. Please note that spaces you move to will be in a non-editable state, and designs will not be available for download. Communication functions will also have the same restrictions as the existing all-ship matchmaking system. Please also note that Alliance spaces are excluded from all ship access due to their Alliance-specific features. Finally, the timing for ship transfers will be changed. Details will be presented in the next slide. Starting from the maintenance on December 3rd, the process for ship transfers will change from being carried out only during maintenance to being performed daily, beginning at 8 p.m. UTC, and
If I
proceeding in
believe it's
sequence.
right, if I remember correctly, they did the weekly maintenance to
With
avoid
this
people
change, you'll be
doing
able to transfer ships on any day you like without having to wait for maintenance,
due to
making
how
transfers
ship
much more
transfers
convenient.
drag down the servers.
Good.
The conditions
Yeah, I
required
mean,
for
it
transfer remain
was...
unchanged. So please
I
complete
get
any
why they
necessary
did it
preparation before submitting
when they
your
were doing
application.
it during the maintenance, but this is
Please
definitely
note
going
that
to
while a
be...
ship transfer application is in
this is
progress,
going to
you will
let
not be
players
able to
play
log in
together
with the character in question.
with their friends a little bit more quickly.
Furthermore, if the scheduled ship transfer time overlaps with
I
maintenance,
could
the
I could
transfer
see
will be
this being
postponed
as
to
a
the following day.
reason to potentially for players to stick around if they created a
Next
character
up
and then
is a
they
collab scratch ticket
they didn't
with
realize they
PSO2
created it on the
ES
wrong
and
ship,
PSO2
then
ES
sticking
vacation
around
style.
despite the cost of transfer.
This ticket features
If they're not
collab
having to
items,
wait like a
including
week or two
outfits
to
and idle
do the
motion changes.
transfer.
Dress up as the summer vacation version of Jenny, Aneta, Aktal, Horshid, or Bruno. You can also snag weapon camo like Fur Shaida and Tristia in NGS specs. Don't sleep on this one. A limited time login bonus will be held in conjunction with the scratch ticket release. Log in for goodies like acrylic stand style build parts of Jenny, Aneta, Aktal, Horshid, and Bruno. Starting December 9th, stages 7 and 8 will be added to Extra Duel Planetfall Strike. Zelvin awaits in stage 7, while Ring Wedge will be your opponent in stage 8. New boss enemies, High Zelvin and High Ring Wedge, will also appear to wreak havoc. Complete rank 5 to get the accessories Vile Ring and Ring Wedge foot rings modeled after parts of these enemies. Be sure to take on the challenge so you don't miss out. Title tasks will also be added alongside these stages. Complete them to earn Endmaster Cubes. Mission Pass NGS Season 51 is also on the way. In addition to stamps and accessories, the lineup features valuable items such as personal shop use, 3 days, and SG scratch ticket prize slips, as in previous releases.
Come to think of it, they should also be giving out the next set of
This time, it also
of
includes
the
accessories
pity
such as
weapons
the
soon.
Jackfall armor accessory from PSO2, as well as new accessories like the Rappy tote
A lot of
bag
players
and
have
Rappy
been
hairpin.
saying, a lot of
Additionally,
players have been
a
asking
color
about
variant
that,
of the motion
but
change item Glide
wouldn't it be
Snow 2 will
interesting if they
available, so
didn't?
don't miss your chance to get it.
It would be interesting, finally forcing players to build their weapons up.
In Creative Space, new musical instrument build parts such as taiko and shamisen will be introduced. Why not use them to give your creative and alliance spaces a fresh look? New items are coming to the SG Scratch Ticket Refined Form December 2025. In addition to 3 versions of Nadara's Total Wear, the Count's Vestment, and bridal outfit previously released in PSO2 will now be available in NGS specs. Don't forget to also take a look at the emote Big Hit, available in the Scratch Count bonus. I loved that bridal outfit back in PSO2 days. I'm super happy about this. Next, I have 2 new AC scratch tickets for you. First is the Revival AC scratch ticket, Emote and Motion Revival. This ticket will include re-releases of emotes such as Weapon Display Pose 5 and Besties Pose 2, as well as motion changes like Idle, Hand on Hip. And don't forget to check out Lois Hal Finale S, available in the Scratch Count bonus. Next, we have the AC Support Scratch Ticket, AC Support Item Select December 2025. This scratch ticket offers another chance at Ratty-type augments and support items useful for any adventuring ARKS defenders.
Oh, look at that. Skill Ring Enhancement
For this
Substitute
round's
+1 at 30
You can
draws.
receive a scratch ticket prize slip at 12 draws, and
Yep.
Skill Ring Enhancement Substitute +1 at 30 draws.
They are in. They're going to have to give in
Enhance your weapons and armor
just start
and aim for even
making
greater heights.
skill rings easier to obtain. I don't think players are going to go for this at this point. People
Agreed.
are
For the updates coming in the first half of the
extremely pissed off about that.
month. Now, check out this promo video for the updates coming from December 17th.
So they had. Wait a second. Limited time urgent quest.
Yep.
So you're saying this likely has no story relevance. It's just there for funsies.
Yep. And it's probably gone in like 2 or 3 weeks. Yeah, this is Oh, hello, attack from from PSO, the Olga Flow attack. Yeah, they're gonna piss off the community even more if they actually get rid of that urgent quest. Hey, Janice. An invitation from Benefan. Isn't he the guy that stole that ARKS truck a while back? For Christmas like 2 years ago. In fact, that kind of brings up another... This was gonna go into the next sequence, except, you know, I kind of... It never really fruition, but the fact that Benefin was able to steal that truck is just a huge point against the ARKS and what their security methods are when you get right down to it. Like, how the heck did he steal that thing?
I would have to argue when you're so focused on the idea that your opponents are a bunch of giant robots that don't seem to care about vehicles, you don't really have to watch out for people stealing stuff as much.
True, but in hindsight, now the question becomes, is he possibly from the Nameless City or from that Splinter group that didn't want to work with Zeffetto?
That would be more detailed than we've gotten so far. I don't even think the developers are thinking that deep into the story at this point.
You're probably right. Still, it's sort of an unresolved question mark at this point, and it's something that's kind of bugged me over the last year or two. I don't know about that reindeer. Happy Sunrise. Ah, this is for the New Year's. I mean, it's the only thing I can really go off of on for that is the title of this patch, which is Beyond Genesis. So. Okay, we got a giant rag rappy, or regular rappy. More dual quests. Unfortunately, nothing's really catching my eye here.
How was it? Let me go through the details with these slides, starting with this. Starting December 17th, a new limited-time urgent quest in Kavaris called Luther, Emergent Created Conqueror, will be available. In this quest, up to 8 ARKS defenders can take on the new Dark Falls class ruinous enemy Ruin Luther. Ruin Luther is the revived ruinous form of Dark Falls Luther, who originally appeared in PSO2. It strikes with a variety of time-warping attacks. Oh, don't worry, he still has his voice. New
That's
limited
not what
time
we're
tasks
worried
will
about
also be
here.
added alongside this limited time urgent
It's
quest.
the story. Once
Complete
again,
these
you have
tasks
this
to earn
huge
reward box medals,
huge
Luther.
huge bot. Well, actually, they probably didn't do much effort here,
Plus,
simply
the new
because
14-star rarity Arch
they
weapon series will
simply
make its
because they
debut.
likely just mass ported him over from.
The Arch series consists of
base.
weapons that originally appeared
Yep,
in PSO,
But-
and then gave
now
him a
in
few new
NGS specs.
attacks.
Their defining feature
But
is that
it's
while
still
PP consumption is
new
increased, your
a new
maximum PP
enemy
also
that
increases
you're
in
basically
proportion to the PP
just
spent.
throwing away later, and then you're also
While maximum
not
PP
adding any
exceeds a certain
story
value,
for
you can
him.
gain multiple
He's
effects such as
pointless.
increased photon blast gauge accumulation during attacks.
Yep.
the
HQ
biggest
recovery
thing
upon
this
photon
year
blast
to come
activation
out,
and reduce photon
and
blast
he's
cooldown
pointless.
time. You can grab the Arch series from the limited time Urgent Quest, Luther, Emergent Created Conqueror, and we'll be planning on making it available elsewhere in future updates. The new limited time quest, An Invitation from Benefan, arrives soon. This quest is an upgraded version of a gift from Benefan, with new enemies, higher enemy levels, and a new area added in. Clear all the trials within the quest to receive a gift from Benefan. There will also be limited time tasks and title tasks for this limited time quest. Complete these tasks to earn titles in Super Genesis Festival 2025 SP Scratch tickets. The new augment, Argent Gladia Soul, is also heading your way. You can make this one at the Item Lab using Augment Capsule Exchange Enhancement materials.
Think
You'll
about it
need the
this
new
way,
augment for Ascendia, as well as Grand Gladia
Nijiru,
Soul and Landi's Gladia Soul.
if the system is capable of creating Dark Falls level
Ascendia will be
enemies,
available in the limited time quest,
and that's where
An
these
Invitation from
enemies,
Benefan,
where
and more
the
chances to
ruined
snag it
enemies
will
come
be
from,
added
they're
in future
basically,
updates.
if they're capable of doing Dark Falls level enemies, then
It's
that
that
makes
time of
you
year
wonder why
again.
they didn't
Get
use a
ready for the
system
new
to
AC
fight the
Scratch Ticket Joyful Holidays
Starless
2025.
and
This
other
scratch
questions
ticket
like
features
that.
a Santa dress that can be made into a bikini, Gothic Lolita dresses, a sofa-sitting emote, and more. The Scratch Count bonus offers alternate versions of the Reindeer EX Glide and Dash motion change items featured in the Scratch Ticket lineup, so be sure to check that out
Yeah,
as well.
it's
Yes, synthetic.
Go ahead.
Yeah, Radix like that. They're synthetic darkers.
This year's Christmas
They
forecast
could
raining
just
down
they could use that
excitement
as a
for
way
all
to
our dear
bring
arcs.
back an old
The
enemy
Revival AC Scratch
that way.
Ticket PSO2 Memories December 2025 drops on December 21st to celebrate PSO2 Day.
Sorry, talking over you.
No, it's okay.
Avatar items
No,
released
this
in PSO2
is
make their return. Get a prize list
This
every
truly
15
is an
draws for the
ongoing
Scratch Count
problem.
bonus. And check out the emote, Snow Fun, that's also making its return.
the story. Even though we've been getting these mini episodes at the same time, it
PSO2
just
memories will
it
continue
feels
to arrive on the
completely
PSO2
stalled
day
at
on the
this point, and
21st
it's
of each
felt
month.
that way for
The
ever
lineup will change
since
each
we
time, so
took
keep your
out.
eyes peeled. The new limited
It's
time
been so
quest,
long at this
Happy
point. I'm
Sunrise, is
having
coming to
trouble
brighten
even
up your
remembering his
NGS
name at this
experience.
point.
This 8-player co-op quest
Veil.
is set in Halfana Plains,
Thank you.
where a New Year's theme comes to the fore as you progress through the quest. Gameplay elements have been placed
I mean,
along
what?
the way.
We fought
so
him
use them
back
to your
in, like,
advantage in battle.
February or March, right?
The final area has a
I'd
regular
say it's
grip wrap
even
you can rag on for
farther
prizes.
back than that.
This
Dark
quest
Fall-
also
the
drops limited
Dark
edition
Falls
Lion Strike
loser-
cards with holiday illustrations of Yuna, Mother,
Basically,
Annette,
they're bringing
and
back is basically
can't
the
get these
largest
anywhere
boss
else,
we've
so don't miss
had
your chance.
in almost a year. It's the biggest thing we've had come out this year,
There will also be limited
and
time
they're
tasks and
still
title tasks for
treating
this
it
limited
like
time
it's
quest.
not. They're still treating it
Complete
like
these tasks to earn
it's
titles
throwaway
and Super
content.
Genesis Festival 2025 SP Scratch tickets.
Like, okay, when the next obvious
Stages
step
9
is going to
and 10
be
will be added to
Double,
Extra
and
Duel,
then
Planet Falls
or
Threat.
Gemini in the West, and then
Take on
Profound
powerful
Darkness.
Starless and high enemies in these new stages. Chaos Saber will be your opponent in Stage 9, while Stage 10 offers up a Hanumad challenge. High Chaos Saber and High Hanumad will also appear as new boss enemies.
No, Betsujin, that's just a sign that they're a forgettable villain.
Complete rank 5 for a
Because
chance
we
to get
went
your hands on
from
the
the
build
story
art
where
Chaos
they
Saber,
revealed
Magic Circle,
themselves
modeled after the enemy's attack effect,
to
as well as the accessory,
no
Hanumad staff,
story,
made to look like
and
the
then we
enemy's
just take
weapon.
them out. Like, this is
And
bad.
if you manage to complete all stages 1 through 10,
Beyond bad.
well, you'll just have to see for yourself.
Like, even a guy
New
like
AC
Zio
Scratch
had
ticket, New
had
Year's Charm 2025 drops
you know,
soon.
at least some decent development, and even,
Get new
you know,
to wear in
development
Japanese-style
after
outfits, plus these
Phantasy Star
Asia-inspired
End of the
dresses.
Millennium came out.
The Scratch Count
And,
bonus contains an alternate version of the
yeah,
Glide, riding a horsey, EX motion
Even
change
even
included
years
in
later,
Scratch ticket prizes. plus the weapon camo Silent In Slash.
There was a
Check it
comic
out.
release within the last 2 or 3 years where
That's
his
our
relationship
update
with
information for
with
today.
Rune or Thray became a bit more clear.
Moving on to the next segment.
All right, let's see what they're saying here in the hot information, or the operation report rather.
NGS Operation Report.
In this segment, the NGS Operation Report, I will share answers from the development and live ops teams in response to players' questions and comments. I'd like to start by reading a letter from the developers. Allow me to read it to you. We would like to thank all the ARKs out there for continuing to play NGS. Here, we will provide information on the intended implementation of updates introduced in this program in the form of a letter from the developers. The first bit of news we have for you is the winter update, Omniscience Beyond Genesis. A blizzard of content is coming your way with the winter update, Omniscience Beyond Genesis, including the Super Genesis Festival, an intense battle with the colossal boss Ruin Luther, and new 14-star rarity weapons in December, followed by the release of Neon City as a February field update.
Yeah, that was the Dark Flow weapon that we just saw there
planned that didn't make it into
from
the video.
PSO.
So keep your eyes peeled. Grab a mug of cocoa and get ready for the winter update, Omniscience Beyond Genesis. Up next, updates for the 25th anniversary of Phantasy Star Online. December 21st, 2025 marks the 25th anniversary of PSO's release in Japan. In the last Headline Wave, we shared a special 25th anniversary video. In conjunction with the Super Genesis Festival in December, we'll also be adding 25th anniversary content to NGS. Keep an eye out for the release of our 25th anniversary Rappy, Raguo Rappy, based on the original Rag Rappy. The colossal boss, Ruin Luther, will also perform actions reminiscent of Dark Falls and Olga Flow from PSO.
Yep, called it there.
In addition, the music used in the video is a new piece by sound director Kobayashi. A music disc of the song will be available as a New Year's login bonus in January, so that's another thing to look forward to. The last things we'd like to talk about are the Legend weapon upgrades and the 14-star Arch weapon series. Upgrades for Legend weapons will be implemented in December. Upgrading will significantly improve attack performance and will bump up the rarity to Legend 3.
I mean, I'll be honest, if it's just the new
Legend
attacks
3
for
weapons will be
Luther
second
and
only
the
to 14-star weapons in
Rappy,
performance and are an ideal way
that's
to
going to
bridge
be
the gap
really
as you aim for
disappointing.
your own
I would have hoped that
14-star
they would have
weapon.
at least tried to port some of the areas over from PSO.
In addition, since the 12
for,
series has
gameplay.
characteristics that support other players, these weapons will also be eligible for an upgrade to Legend 3. And for players who haven't yet managed to snag a Legend weapon, we've prepared the 12 AT series with
They
boasts equivalent
absolutely
performance.
hate creating new areas.
Now's
So
the
even if
perfect
it's
time
being
to aim
ported
for an
over,
upgrade to a Legend
they
3
just
weapon.
don't want to do it.
The 14-star Arch weapon series is
I don't know
modeled
if that's
on a
because
weapon
if
that
it's a
appears in
limitation
PSO
of
in
the
commemoration
engine
of the
or
25th
what.
anniversary of Phantasy Star Online. Get it in the limited time urgent quest, Luther, Emergent Created Conqueror. This weapon series is compatible with EX styles and has an effect that makes it easier to use photon blasts once certain conditions are met.
Yeah, Betsujin, I
Please
think
note
I'm going
that
to
no
agree with
future
you on
upgrades are
that
planned
one.
for the Arch weapon series. It should be no surprise that the performance of these 14-star weapons, the first of their kind, significantly exceeds that of the 13-star Zenith weapon series. Earn one and experience its power for yourself.
Pretty much, Radix, yeah.
That's all for the letter from the developers. Thank you for continuing to play NGS. That was the letter from the developers. Continuing on to the next section, I have answers to player questions and comments from the development and live operations teams. Here is the first one.
Watch the viewer
It is difficult
count
to
start
maintain alliance
dropping
man-boost
on
effects
global
with a small
side.
alliance. Are there any plans to improve this? Here is their response. We plan to increase the number of N Alliance points available from Alliance tasks with the December update. That was their answer. Let's move on to the next question. It's cumbersome to manually input the same value over and over again when you want to set multiple things in the salon to the same color. Are there any plans to improve this? Here is their response. We are considering adding a feature to allow copy and pasting of color information. Please stay tuned for further information. That was their answer. What do you think? That's all for our Q&A today. Moving forward, we will continue to bring
very
questions
weak
and
Q&A
feedback to the
this
development
time.
and operations teams and share their answers with you. Please share your thoughts and opinions about this program and the game on X and other social media by using the same hashtag as the previous headline series, hashtag NGS Headline. Moving on to the next segment.
NGS satellite information.
Now, let's move on from updates to talk about some other NGS-related info. I'm sure it will get you even more hyped to play the game. Let's start with this. The leaves have fallen, and so have these AC prices. The Black Friday ARKS Cash Super Sale is back on November 26th. This is your chance to get a good deal on AC. This sale will also be available on the PSO2NGS web store. Get 2,310 AC for $9.99. This is
At
the
this
best
point,
deal out
Super
of
Raider,
all the
I
stores,
very
so
much
don't miss out.
expect players are
Log in
starting
during
to
the
see this
campaign
as well.
period to get weapon camo and other items. Don't miss out. The AC shop will also offer several item sets that come with bonus outfits
In fact, I
and weapon
suspect
camo,
making
so
it
be sure to
a
check them out.
limited time urgent quest is done purely out of desperation to try to get people to come back.
Phantasy Star
It'll work
Online 2
for
New
about a
Genesis
week,
will
and
celebrate
then
its 5th anniversary
the
on
player
June
count will
9th,
crash
2026.
again, possibly even worse this time.
To show our gratitude
That
for
is
5
not the
years of
5th
support,
anniversary.
the
It's not
NGS 5th anniversary
February
event,
that you
Go, Go
launched the
Beyond,
game.
is scheduled to begin in February of next year. We'll be rolling out a variety of campaigns throughout the year to
That
keep
means we're gonna
NGS
get like
exciting,
3 or
so
4
stay tuned
months
for
of
more updates.
whatever this anniversary event is, until leading into the
That's all for
actual
the satellite
anniversary.
information. Next, we have our regular mini segment where we highlight something NGS related, such as concept art, in-game songs, and aggregated data, and delve into it with commentary from the development team. Next up is the background music added in the November update for Altered Investigation South Tundra area. We've received a comment from the composer, Horita-san. I composed the music for all of the Kavaris region fields 4 years ago. I was entrusted with designing the soundtrack for the entirety of a very expansive field, so I recall putting a lot of effort into it. That's why being involved with Kavaris music again was a deeply moving experience for me. For Alter Realm Kavaris, I aimed for a hidden stage kind of feel, featuring clashing sounds and a grim, tumultuous atmosphere. At the same time, I infused it with a cold, mysterious, and nostalgic vibe. So I believe you'll still feel that distinct Kavaris essence. Some parts of the track also incorporate melodies used in the original Kavaris field music, so if you're interested, try listening closely and see if you can catch them.
We'll have to see if that Beyond Genesis thing actually comes of anything. At this point, unless they start talking like they're changing hands in terms of who's developing the game. I mean, that
version arrangement is just so amazing.
At least internally at Sega, that's going to be even if they make some sort of an episode 2 announcement or something. I don't know.
We've received a comment from the development team about Raguo Rappy, which will appear in December. They have something they'd really love to share with everyone. The Raguo Rappy appearing in the Super Genesis Festival 2025 December seasonal event is inspired by the Rag Rappy, a Rappy that originally appeared on the planet Ragol, the setting of the original PSO. It may resemble the Nav Rappy from PSO2 at first glance, but Rag Rappy and the Nav Rappy actually have some surprising differences. For starters, Rag Rappy has an overall rounder and fluffier silhouette, whereas Nav Rappy is more sleek. The length and shape of their plumes also differ between the two. There are subtle differences in the shape of their beaks, the number of claws on their hands, the size of their feet, and the color of their limbs. Raguo Rappy incorporates some elements of Nav Rappy, but distinctly retains the characteristic features of Rag Rappy, like its round belly, plumes, and larger feet. Raguo Rappy is a special NGS exclusive Rappy created to celebrate the 25th anniversary of PSO, so be sure to join in Super Genesis Festival 2025 and come meet both Raguo Rappy and Great Raguo Rappy. They're absolutely adorable. What did you think? We will discuss other concept art and songs in the coming episodes, so please look forward to it. That's all for this episode of NGS Headline Wave. This broadcast strives to make NGS even better by collecting audience input. Please share your thoughts and opinions about this program and the game on X and other social media by using the same hashtag as the previous headline series, hashtag NGS Headline. Together, we can make NGS an even more fantastic game. Super Genesis Festival, PSO2's 25th anniversary, Ruin Luther, 14-star weapons, and of course, Dash Reindeer. December is packed with fun, so bundle up, stay warm, and enjoy all the festivities. Also, drink your soup.
Interesting that they mentioned
The next
X, but
NGS
not
Headline Wave,
that
which will be
new
the final broadcast of the year,
that
is
new
scheduled for
Japanese
Tuesday,
exclusive
December 23rd.
social media. Maybe they're not using it yet.
It'll be focusing on updates for January 2026.
No, there was something else that Japan
forget
was
to like
kind of
and
launching
subscribe.
that was connected to D-Site, I think.
Gotcha.
Now then, Arks, I'll see you in the next NGS
And
Headline
it was
Wave.
done because people were getting really tired of being censored on X.
Bye-bye!
Yeah, Rappy-Kamu is what they use on X, but yeah, if I guess we'll see what happens with that new site then, because this is the first I'm hearing about that.
I wish I could get information on it, but it's basically just a new social media platform that's basically done because the Japanese are getting really tired of censorship from the West. Now, X is still probably the best option, but I'm not going to be surprised if they start making things exclusive to the Japanese side there.
Gotcha.
And
if you're hearing that, everybody, I've apparently got a downpour coming down on top of me right now. Sorry, continue.
So can I just discuss what I think the current status of Sega Sapporo is?
Sure, go ahead.
I think, so up to this point, we knew that there were two other games Sega Sapporo was developing. One of them was Jet Set Radio installment, and the other was Crazy Taxi installment. They were both supposed to be live service games because that's what Sega Sapporo does, which is live service. We had been seeing regular updates for the last few years well, at least leaks about those games, or hints about them. And then suddenly nothing. And especially with the last game, Tokyo Game Show, there was nothing there. And it's making me wonder if Sega... Okay, so there's also one more thing. The only real success story that I understand Sega Sapporo has under its belt that did not come from before they were formed is the Miku game they have. Other than that, it's basically they have nothing but failures under their belt right now. And I suspect Sega is looking at the main office. Sega is currently looking at them and going, "What the heck are you doing?" And I would not be surprised if Sega Sapporo is under some heavy pressure to improve. I don't know why that we're not seeing that in NGS, but as I mentioned, we're not. They may have been told they're not allowed to do any future work on on the other games until they can prove that they can pull New Genesis out of the wreck right now, or something else. They may be having. They may actually be.
I mean,
Super Patter, at this point, do you think AI would do a better job on New Genesis than the current team? Sorry, I talked over you again.
Yeah, we kind of started to talk at the same time. The comment I was going to make is basically Sega Sapporo was handed a cash cow by Sega, with PSO2 being, at extreme high heights for the series, and then they just completely ruined it throughout the entire run here. Whatever happened here. And yes, moving offices is obviously stressful and all that sort of stuff. Not to mention they had to find new staff and things like that. But there was obviously something missing here because they never really hit their stride in terms of making this game what it could have been. So if they're now at the point where they're, I think you said it best back on the Discord. They're probably regretting creating the Sapporo division at this point.
Yes, I suspect that Sapporo may get shut down. They're right now, and yeah, NGS. I have a system that could fix that super better. But the thing is, I can't get it to them, and at this point, I'm wondering if I should really be trying to help keep something that's not that help prolong this game's life. I do have a system that would make it so that any piece of content would work, and that you could play with any level of player. But it's something that I've offered, and I still have it. I'm not just going to post it publicly until I hear from Sega that they want to hear it. Because it's one of those things where if I post it, they may be afraid of actually using it. But at the same time, I'm also wondering if they would actually if it would help the game. I'm also wondering if it really should be kept alive at this point, if NGS shouldn't just be mercy killed at this point. And just to give you a context how bad this fall off is for PSO2, PSO2 saved Sega. It literally pulled Sega out of debt and put them into the black again. Sega is still around because of PSO2, and Sega Sapporo killed it. That's how bad they failed.
Ultimately, I would say, you know, we need to see what the new roadmap is, but I mean, depending upon how that plays out, yeah, I would say your best bet at this point probably is going to be just holding on to that information, Rooks, and just waiting until somebody starts developing a fan server, and then you can talk to that developer about implementing your idea. As much as I hate having to say it that way, I mean, we have seen over and over whereby they just ignore the community. Not just only us, but also on the Japanese side as well.
Yep.
Nero, yeah, why don't we go ahead and get into that topic as well here, Rooks, if unless you want to say more on that.
Let's go ahead and get into the topic. There is actually some new information that is going to make things look even more disgusting, though we can't confirm any of it.
Yeah, no, this is very, very speculative at this point. Nothing concrete, but there is at least a little bit of something that needs to be addressed here, and could explain why players have been having issues getting their weapons together. Go ahead, Brooks.
Yeah, the image that I posted.
Yeah. Let me see. I'm trying to see how I can make this just a little bit wider. Or
how about I read it?
Okay, yeah, that works.
You couldn't. Okay, so this is a post from I think it's 4chan. You couldn't have given a worse example with cubes. People who don't have their social credit player evaluation in Sega's patent documents boosted with money have such crap drop rates that those cubes basically didn't exist during the first month after their introduction. If I recall correctly, it was Kimura who said that every time new content is released, they set a specific quantity of reasonably accessible drops for the server, the lottery pool. The pool is refilled or adjusted every maintenance. It's why the day after maintenance there's more drops overall. Once the pool is exhausted, drop rates take a nosedive, and people who weren't lucky enough after maintenance can go screw themselves. In addition to that, according to Sega's patent, 6237947 drop rates are adjusted on individual basis and updated as often as every time a player completes some quest or some other test. This is where the cursed ID rumor came from. Official streamers are given entirely different drop rates to make their day one drops look fantastic on streams. JP Wales also demonstrated the ability to trigger drop sprees that last up to several days by just spending money. Shignius on Image Boards tested the returning player boost, and it's laughably easy. Just not logging in for 7 days is enough to trigger it. Sega is screwing up recently by making drop manipulation way too obvious. The first thing that clued people in might have been actual crest cubes. Whales and streamers were posting screenshots of 50 plus cubes after a week of farming, when plebs were lucky to get even one cube after no lifing for several hours daily. Same thing with rings. Whales pulling around 5 rings daily, while they don't have a single ring after a whole month of farming. I haven't gotten a single ring period either. So this is something that a lot of players are running into. Now, I had Grok do a quick search on this patent, and it's supposed to only apply to gacha mechanics. But it's also one of those things where if they're doing it in one place, why wouldn't they be doing it somewhere else? In fact, I'm actually surprised it's even legal for them to do this with gacha mechanics, since they're supposed to have reliable drop. Supposed to have reliable drop. Win rates. They're supposed to have reliable win rates for their items and have those posted.
Yep, and I will say that, you know, the fact that we're kind of having to rely a little bit on an AI system here is, you know, why I was a little hesitant to bring this up to begin with here. But at the same time, if this is really going on, this is a huge deal here. Yeah.
Yeah.
Depending upon their consumer laws, and I know that the EU definitely has more stringent laws than what we have here in the U.S. and I can't speak for Japan, unfortunately.
Well, with Japan, the whole reason we have a system place in the drop on the gacha tables where they say chances of pulling a such and such item is listed is because they have to have the chances properly listed on mostly accurate listings of what items can be dropped. And if they're not doing that, they're actually breaking Japanese law as well. So, but they actually have a patent talking about how they can manipulate what you get. So I'm surprised Sega hasn't gotten a knock on the door from the authorities about this. But and the thing is, that patent actually exists. That is something that they actually have going on. It's purely with gacha mechanics, so.
Yeah, I'm trying to find the actual full detail here, but this is off of this is apparently the actual patent number related to this here. So, unfortunately, I can't pull up the actual text of it here, but make of this what you will.
One of the things game companies are going to have to learn is that even the free players you need to keep happy. If the free players leave, eventually even the whales will leave. You kind of look at it like this. If the whales don't have krill around them, they're going to just they're just going to go find another place. Doesn't matter how deep the roots are, eventually they're going to look around and see a dead game and leave. No matter how much investment they have in it. And it's happening right now for them.
Yep. So we did kind of want to at least shine a little bit of a light on this here, but at this point we really don't have anything further. It's going to kind of be up to the community now to really, I guess, kind of take this and try to find, to your point, Super Batter, we need some sort of a smoking gun that can really confirm this, and it's going to be really hard to confirm it without, like a community-wide effort to really look into this. All we can do here is just kind of shine this light saying, hey, this needs to be looked into. And I am realizing that the YouTube and Twitch comments are getting mixed up here, so let me bring us back to this view.
Yeah, Radix, someone could be instigating, but the thing is, I've seen stuff like this happen where basically the where the whales and such definitely get a lot more drops and have an easier time of it. There is definitely a disparity.
Yeah, we're gonna. I wish I had better news on what this actually is. Why Sega even sought this kind of a patent. Maybe they did it to try to protect themselves, but at the same time, this is a really bad showing if this can somehow be proved as happening. It's probably going to be really difficult to prove it, though, given that, at the very least, I'd expect you'd probably need to, like, be taking them to court or something for something like Discovery to look into it. Although, actually, now that I think about it, I'm thinking here in the U.S., but I don't know if Discovery actually even exists in Japan or not. It requires professional help if that's going to be a topic that needs to be looked into. All right, go ahead.
Let's go on to the last piece of news here.
Yeah. And hopefully I've got everything working here now. Let me bring this back to this scene. Here we go. So, the only other thing we got this week here is a quick update from Clementine for Phantasy Star Universe. Basically the event that they were holding at the start, or rather back in October, that has concluded, and starting on the 3rd, you were able to get a whole bunch of boosts. Those boosts are gone at this point, but there was a small hot fix where they fixed the new Vera dropping instead of Par Vera from certain Ultimate Parum mission clear boxes, as well as adding the Gerard Sojo to be able to be dropped from any Ultimate mission clear box. And then when they brought the servers back up after taking down the milestones, there were no patch notes with that. It's just with the Anguish missions being back in the regular rotation. But yeah, this was ultimately a very quiet month for the community. There really isn't much else happening at this point here, and yeah, we'll have to see what December brings. We'll probably be seeing the Christmas event from Clementine and Affinia at that point. Rooks, is there anything that you're kind of hoping for as we head into the end of the year here?
Probably nothing realistic. Right now, we're basically just here waiting for... Well, actually, I think I recall Super Batter mentioning that the TGA might have PSO2 news, and he's expecting it, but I'm kind of hoping that we will get some sort of major announcement for Phantasy Star soon. Or at least Sega at least be willing to just take this dying game and put it out back instead of making it just continue to linger on like this. This is a really bad look for them at this rate.
Yep, definitely. And Betsujin, to your point, I will bring this back up real quick. Yeah, I am working on setting up for the Phantasy Star The End of the Millennium Let's Play. So look forward to that in the coming future here. I am expecting to start this before the end of the year. It could even be sooner than you think, so.
Looking forward to it. I'll probably be trying to get through the game on my own as well. But I'll be watching along. But I will be doing my best to be able to be there for your live streams for that one.
Cool. Yeah, I know you started your playthrough a while back.
Anyway, I think that's all for today.
Yep, I am going to agree on that one. So, with all that said, thank you for joining us today. On behalf of Rooks and myself, and day has dawned. Have a great day, everyone.
Have a better day then. Well, have a good day, everyone.